Hi, I'm Lauren Thomas, and I'm going to be talking about how I learned how to make a spiral tie-dye only using YouTube and internet forums for my CEP 810 class at Michigan State. Go green! So the first thing I did was I went to YouTube to figure out how to even start the process of doing a spiral tie-dye. Um, Before, like back in the day, I remember just like putting rubber bands on a shirt and shoving it in a bucket full of dye and then just kind of hoping for the best. But I wanted to learn how to do it with different colors. So the first thing I noticed was that they were in squeeze bottles. So I went on Amazon and bought this little kit, which is mostly used now. Went a little tie-dye crazy and bought these. There's like a bunch of these, and you just fill it with water, and then it turns into the dye. It also came with rubber bands and gloves. Um, so there were a bunch of different colors, and so the first thing I did with my shirt was I twisted it into like a spiral, just like the YouTube video said, and then put rubber bands around it. And then in my bathtub, I used this little bottle and I squeezed it onto a third of the shirt, and used a different color for another third, and then a different color for another third. And then once I was done, then I put it in my shirt had all the dye in it. Then I put it in a bag for 24 hours and then rinsed it out the next day. The problem that I came to was that one of the YouTube videos that I watched for how to rinse, my shirt did not tell you to use gloves. So my hands turned out to be blue for like 2 days because of that. So a learning curve was I definitely use gloves anytime I'm handling any type of tie-dye. Another problem that I came to was that some videos were saying, oh, rinse your shirt out in cold water and then put it in the washing machine on cold. And some said put it on the washing machine on hot. So it was really tricky to figure out which one worked best. So I actually tried them both. And honestly, I didn't notice a difference. My shirts all came out vibrant and great. So, this was my first shirt, and I was kind of tooting my own horn. I was really excited. I thought I did a really good job of making the spiral. The only problems that I noticed were like towards the bottom, like there's supposed to be like kind of like lines for the tie-dye, and mine didn't have that because I didn't fan out the shirt and make it like even little ridges. So that's what I wanted to work on my next one. I also found out that the more rubber bands you use, the more white you have in your shirt. And I was like, oh, that sounds great. So on the next one, I think I did a much better job of, you can see all of these like lines and like different things of the tie-dye. I think I did a much better job. And there is more white, but then when I washed it, like you can't really see, it kind of bled together. And so it was more of like a light pink instead of a white. So I didn't really like that. So in my next one, because I'm officially addicted to tie-dyes, it's actually this one. I actually used less rubber bands because I wanted more color. And I feel like this one kind of came out the same as my first one, just was a little bit better. And then, just because I love Michigan State, I made one with green and black, and I thought it turned out really, really cool. I actually wore it to school and got so many compliments. And then the last one was the one I think I did the best on. I really focused on fanning, making sure it was really tight, using the right amount of rubber bands, washing it the right way. And it was kind of like a red, white, and blue one. And like, you can definitely see the lines on it, the spiral. But overall, I feel like I definitely learned a lot, and it seems so simple now that like even just a couple weeks ago, I literally had no idea how to do it. And I highly recommend using YouTube as a way to learn how to do things, either in the classroom, just for daily life skills. But overall, went super well, and it was a great project.